At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. Now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. And we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off of power.
All right, we're back. This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. It is the Rocket Shop again. I'm your host, Tom Proctor. With me now is Jesse Taylor. Jesse, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Once again, if you could start off with a song, that'd be brilliant. If you'd like to introduce it.
Yeah, this is called Like What You See.
All right.
Oh, tell me what do you see when you're standing in front of me, and what would you say if I turned around and walked away? And do you like what you see when you look into the mirror? What do you know about letting your feelings show? Oh, show. Oh, show. Tell me what do you see when you're standing in front of me, and what would you say if I turned around and walked away? Away, away. And do you like what you see when you look into the mirror? What do you know about letting your feelings show? Oh, show. Oh, show. Letting your feelings show. Letting your feelings show.
Very nice. So, first of all, let's hear a bit of background about where you're from and how you got started with your singing songwriting career.
Yeah, I'm from Portland, Maine. I've been in Burlington for August will be 6 years. I kind of have been singing for a long time, and my dad always grew up he was always playing electric guitar and stuff, so I've always kind of been around music, but I never really got into it until 2015. I started songwriting and performing. I was kind of like, everything I like is not career worthy, and what am I gonna do? And I need to go to school and get a job, so I went to community college and did all these core classes, and then I was like, I'm gonna do dental hygiene because it pays well, and I should get a job. All my friends are graduating, right? And then I got into this really good program, and then I was like, wow, this sucks. I hate this. And so I've just been kind of working part-time food service jobs and writing songs and doing my yoga teacher training, and just kind of the past year-ish doing more creative things that I know I really love and am passionate about. And I feel like that's better than having a job that I hate. So
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's surprising how many people come to the same conclusion and yet decide that working for the next 30 years is the logical answer to it. So props on you for throwing it all out and deciding to go the creative route instead. So you said you started in about 2015. How did that first get going in terms of writing songs? How's that progressed into where you are now?
I kind of had somebody I was kind of playing with who would always like be playing guitar, and I would just improv over it, and that's kind of how I started getting ideas. And then I went to visit my parents and found this old keyboard that I used to have because they used to try to get me to take lessons in like 5th grade and learn the chords, and I was like, I don't want to practice. Anyway, I took back this keyboard to Vermont and just set it up in my living room and just kind of started playing it. And the first few songs I wrote, I remember I just like hit record on my phone, and it was like a 3-minute song that just kind of came out, and I didn't really have to think about it, and I was like, wow, this is
So easy.
I guess this is a thing that needs to come out of me. So yeah, and then over the past few years, it's kind of been like, you know, I can sit with it and try to write, or if I am just feeling like a muse and something needs to come out, I always have my journal on me if I have an idea. I started on piano, and so over the past year, I've been teaching myself more guitar and writing that way, and it's been kind of more fun, upbeat songs, whereas the piano is kind of like a more sad vibes. But it's good to have the balance. When I get bored with one, I can...
Yeah, you can flip onto the other. You mentioned that you're quite honest with your lyrics, and you just said you kind of got, you know, the guitar, you got the upbeat songs, you piano, your more down-tempo ones. What's your inspiration for, what kind of subjects do you write about?
Feelings and sadness. A lot. I mean, yeah. And just really like learning how to be my own friend these days. The next song I'm going to play is really kind of it was like when I was going through this block of like not writing songs for a while, and like, am I ever even going to write again? And like, what, I want to quit my job. Just, it's really just a way for me to process and try to figure out whatever's happening.
Yeah, I mean, so almost like self-therapy, I guess, in a way.
Pretty much.
You get to write it out.
If I don't do it,
yeah,
I'll be more crazy than I already am.
Everything kind of like stays internal, and eventually it'll explode and come out of you one way or another, I guess. Well, yeah, tell us a little bit about this song, and then and let's hear it.
So this song is called 80 Degrees in October. Guess when I wrote it?
November.
August, actually. No, just kidding. It was 80 degrees last October, and I was sitting out on we have a nice little sunroom porch thing, and I hadn't written a song in a while, and it was one of those ones where I just needed to come out, hit record, and then I can like go back and listen to it and kind of write down all the lyrics and see what works and kind of edit from there. So, yeah.
All right, we'll take it away.
I've been learning to take my time to relax and enjoy what is mine, what I create. But I keep making mistakes over and over again, and I'm learning how to be my own friend, and I'm learning how not to be so hard on myself. Yeah, I'm learning how thought there was no way out, but somehow I'm still here. I don't know why I spent so much time lost inside my mind. Oh, some days inside, and that's okay. Wherever you're at, that's okay. I keep making mistakes over and over again, and I'm learning how to be my own friend, and I'm learning how not to be so hard on myself. Yeah, I'm learning how to slowly love myself. Yeah, I keep making mistakes over and over again, and I'm learning how to be my own friend. And I'm learning how not to be so hard on myself. Yeah, I'm learning how to slowly love myself. It's not easy, no. I'm learning now to slowly love myself, slowly but surely. Yeah, I'm learning how to slowly love myself. Yeah, I'm learning how to slowly love myself. Soon snow will be falling, oh, and I'll be singing out. Can you hear me?
Jesse Taylor there with 80 Degrees in October. Well, I remembered that one. That was a very beautiful track.
Thank you.
It reminded me, there was a certain bit of it that reminded me of a guy called Andy Schoaf. The certain way you said self was a throwback to another song that I've heard before. You got quite an unusual singing voice, actually. It comes across on large parts of it kind of like a classic singer-songwriter kind of voice, but then there's little twists in it that make it kind of unusual. Is that intentional, or is that just kind of something that's happened?
I think that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But people have told me that before, that it has like a certain timbre or a certain
Yeah.
when I get to a certain note or whatever. But I think that's just.
It's a great selling point, though, in terms of, it's a good hook to remember someone by. It's, certain ways that they sing those phrases. So you're playing Helifest in Maine.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
That is a new festival put on by my friend Dave Helibert. It's their second one, and it's just kind of like a creative entrepreneur festival. So there's some acts from Vermont, some acts from Maine, some acts from, I think, some other New England states. And it's pretty much a little weekend festival in Jackman, Maine, up north. And it should be really fun. I'm really excited. I am graduating from my yoga teacher training this weekend, so I'm going to play music and teach yoga. Two of my favorite things.
There we go.
Yeah, and I'm from Maine, so it's like...
So it's perfect. It's
great.
the trifecta.
Yeah.
Congratulations on you almost graduating
Thanks.
your yoga teacher training course. I have had a few friends that have gone through that, and from the sounds of it, very intense.
Yeah,
So
good stuff.
So well done on that. So you say it's like entrepreneurial with music. What are the kind of elements that are coming into this festival?
Just kind of like vendors, creative artists, and...
Is it a good location? Whereabouts in Maine
I
is it?
honestly have not been there. It's in Jackman, Maine. So
Okay.
it's like 3-ish hours north of Portland.
Okay.
So pretty far up there.
Yeah, it sounds. I mean, I've never been to Maine, but what I've
You've
heard
never
is
been to Maine?
I've never been to
You gotta
Maine.
go check out Portland.
This is
awesome.
this is what everyone tells me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it takes a long time to cycle there, and that's my only mode of
Oh, I
transport.
see, I
so, it will. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll make
Yeah.
I'll make a big old multi-state trip over there
Yeah.
on the bike. So you came out with an EP, I would say, last year, along with a handful of other like singles and stuff prior to that. What are you up to at the moment? Have you got plans for an album? Where are you in your kind of creativity scenario at the moment?
Definitely have plans that are not super solid.
Yep.
I want to record a full album, but I also like sometimes I get really excited about songs and like rush, and then like I want to do it right, and I want to have a full band, and I want to like have the songs how I want them to be, and I kind of am just starting to get into the planning stages and like maybe hoping for that in 2019.
And how's that process going? I mean, as you said, you kind of rush songs and then you maybe pull it back. How do you know when a song's really kind of like that, the way that you want it?
I think I just kind of know. Like, I feel like I have some snippets of ones that are just, like, maybe little pieces of songs that will maybe go into something another time. But, like, 80 Degrees in October, like, I wrote that and, like, boom, it was done. And, you know, it's, like, 5 minutes. And, like, it's just, I feel like I know the ones that, and sometimes you just need, like, a band or to play them with other people and to kind of hear it in a different way for it to come together, so.
Yeah. And that was going to be my next question. You work as a solo artist. Have you thought about bringing a band into this?
Yes. I have been jamming with a friend from work, and actually over the past like 2 weeks we found a drummer, and like we've been playing with full band, and it's
Nice.
it's like a whole nother like, wow, I'm like questioning all these songs and why do I do this, and then I get to like play them with drums and everything, and it's so fun. So that's been really exciting for me. And actually I have a show at Sidebar on June 22nd, 7 to 9, and they're gonna come on the second set and play like 6 songs with me full band, so I'm really excited.
Wonderful. And you've got a few other gigs that you've already either had in the past week or so, or they're coming up, I've noticed. You've got quite a few gigs in June. So where else are you playing?
So yeah, Sidebar the 22nd, 7 to 9, right downtown, and then the 29th of June I'll be in St. Albans at Twigs from 7 to 9. And then July 9th, I want to say. It's a Monday, from 9 to 10. And that'll be a fun show too. My friend's band from Maine, the Johnny Clay Shanks band, is playing at 10:30, so that'll be nice to see some hometown friends.
Yeah. And since playing with the band, you kind of said, listening to your songs with kind of all this backing, and you kind of questioning, well, does this actually go right with the band? How's that changed like your creative process? Are you starting to think in a different way of how a song will sound with the band, rather than, kind of taking songwriting as a solo project only?
I think I'm like pretty open-minded, but I think there's a few songs that I feel like I've been kind of playing them or singing them a certain way for so long that I'll continue to keep them to myself.
Yeah.
But usually I'll want to try them with a band anyway to see how maybe it could transform into a totally different beat or slower pace or whatever.
You mentioned earlier, kind of after you brought the guitar into your work, you changed from just doing like down tempo kind of songs to up tempo songs. Do you see your style changing as you're writing? Have you, not just for that, but say if you did start introducing a band, could you see yourself pushing into different genres at all?
Totally. And I feel like I'm influenced by like a lot of different genres of music, and people ask me what my genre is, and I don't really know. Like, I guess you can say singer-songwriter, but when I am playing with more people, it's kind of like light rock, but also soul and folk, and I feel like it's kind of a big mesh of could go in many different
direction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fun though. I mean, that gives you a lot of ground to play with, which is quite exciting. You were mentioning, influences that kind of come from all over the shop. Where do you draw some of your ideas from in terms of other artists?
I love Regina Spektor and Ingrid Michaelson, and a lot of those female artists that I feel like I really listened to a lot in like high school. Totally kind of come out in my songs a little bit. I also grew up listening to like a lot of classic rock with my dad around, and my mom loved Carole King, so that's always been like Tapestry is always like my go-to album to listen to and get some ideas. But yeah, I love all.
Do you listen to a lot of music while you're writing, or is it kind of like a silent enterprise?
No, kind of silent.
Yeah.
And I actually record a lot of like vocal ideas and stuff on my phone, and then I'll just listen to those kind of, if I'm like cleaning my room, I'll like put on the like a list of like the vocal recordings, and then I'll be like, oh, that was a good song idea that I totally forgot about.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you were kind of mentioning, it's when like the muse kind of strikes you, you kind of draw these ideas out. Do you have to be in a particular place, or is it, you wake up at 3 a.m. and come up with one, or you're walking around City Market and all of a sudden something comes?
Yeah, it could be anywhere.
Yeah?
Could be anywhere. Gotta always be prepared.
Have you not noticed any particular trend yet, or is it this?
No,
it's
not
kind
really.
of interesting. I'm not a singer-songwriter, so I don't really know how these things work, which I suppose why I ask so many questions. Wonderful. We've got about time for one more song. Would you like to introduce it and also let everyone know once again where you're going to be playing so they can see you?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, my name's Jessie Taylor. Sidebar, June 22nd. Really excited about that show, 7 to 9. Some special guests, full band action. And June 29th at Twig, 7 to 9, if anybody's in the St. Albans area. July 9th. I'm pretty sure it's the 9th, but it might be the 7th. No, I'm sure it's the 9th, 7-9. It's a Monday, so that's
And where
our
can
evening.
people hear your music if they'd like to listen to you again?
For now, SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Jessie Taylor VT. I have a few pretty raw piano tracks on there, and hopefully gonna get at least a single out. 2018 is the goal, and
Yep.
then maybe the full album.
Awesome.
2019.
Watch this
so.
Space 2019. You got to come back on the show again if you
Yeah,
want to
for
bring
sure.
when the album comes out.
I also really enjoy house sitting and dog sitting on the side, and the first song I wrote was a house sitting song, and this song.
I thought you were just about to do like a bit of an advertisement.
If
a shout
anybody
out.
needs me to walk their dogs, actually, I just put my notice in for my day job, so if anybody,
There you
house
go.
sitting, dog sitting, hit
If
me up.
you happen to have a jacuzzi,
Play a house show,
sauna,
whatever.
pool,
We'll figure it
and a
out.
dog.
So this song is called "Someone Get Me a Brown Paper Bag." Yeah. You say that you want me to be me, and I say that I want you to be you too. Then why is it that every time I try to speak my mind, it isn't the right time for that? Riddle me that. I don't know why I keep on doing these things. I've got plenty other ways to pass the time, and I don't know why after all of this time I still struggle saying what is on my mind, and I don't know how I'm still feeling this way. I thought it'd get better, it does, but some days are just hard. Some days are hard. Whoa. Some days are good. Get out of bed, brush your teeth and paint a smile on your face. So walk out the door, fake it till you make it. Keep on pretending that everything's fine until you can't even package the cookies at work at the bakery, and till you're going mad again. Yo, how the hell am I going mad again? Seriously? I lock myself in the bathroom and cry like I'm 12 years old. I'm hyperventilating again, but this time it's not because they tried to give me a shot. It's just because I've been so locked up in my mind all the time. Oh, stuck in my mind. Oh, all the time. Oh, 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 oh,
Jessie Taylor there.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
No worries. Definitely vibes of Courtney Barnett
Yes,
and
I love Courtney Barnett's like my favorite. Actually, I forgot to mention that in the influences, but
Kate Nash as well, and maybe a little bit of Alanis Morissette
Yep,
in there as well.
totally.
Just the big old mixture of
All of the
all
above.
those three. Oh, Jessie, thank you so much for coming in. Guys, definitely check her out on SoundCloud. There's some great songs on there. My roommate in particular likes them, so that's an endorsement off the bat. And she'll be playing Sidebar on
June 22nd.
June
7
22nd,
to 9.
7 to 9. So go check her out. Next week we have Suburban Samurai, so I probably will be back then. Bob's giving me the thumbs up on that one. Thanks very much for listening. I've been your host, Tom Proctor. This has been The Rocket Shop on 105.9 The Radiator.